Morning. This is Pastor Taylor at St. John's with our continuing study of the book of Romans in chapter 12. Now, Paul wrote some 14 books of the Bible, but one of the characteristics of Paul's books is that he first explains our relationship to God, and then he goes on to offer practical advice for Christians. In chapter 12, Paul encourages us to have a change of heart now that we have become followers of Jesus. In verse 1, Paul states, "Therefore I urge you, brothers, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship." And then Paul reminds us that our Christian brothers and sisters all have different gifts for the body of Christ. Some are leaders, some are good at showing mercy, some are teachers, but all belong to one church body, all equal in the eyes of God. Verses 9 through 13 tells us to especially be devoted to one another, joyful in hope, faithful in prayer, showing hospitality to those in need. Paul says we are to rejoice for those that rejoice and to mourn with those who mourn. Paul reminds us to be peacemakers in a sometimes hostile world. In verse 18, Paul sums it up in these practical words: "If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with one another." Easter spring blessings to you and your kin.